Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good morning, my friends, and happy Monday. Thank you this morning for joining once again the Red Line, the Corporate Success Call. This call is intended certainly to design your week, to get off to a positive start, and to continue the inspiration of continuous growth in your own individual life. As a result of that, it's going to make a difference as you meet others, as you have an influence on others in what you do and what you say. And so on this morning, I just want to share with you over the next few minutes, people want to go along with people they get along with. You could be really good at what you do, and at the end of the day, people may not like you. We want to be liked. Everybody wants to do well and be successful and want to bring people along with us. In my business, we have a 1-2 strategy, and that is to drive continuously for results, and then secondly, to make others around us better. And when you're doing that, you must get buy-in. You must get people that will go along with you and follow you and respect you as being a leader and one that they can trust and count on. People want to go along with people they get along with. It's one thing about excelling and doing great in what you do, but if there's nobody going along with you, you're like a ship without a sail. If you want people to buy into you, they will not. They will only buy in when they sense that you are genuine, supportive, and you are looking out for their best interests in leading the way. They will find a new leader if they don't see those things, those qualities, those characteristics in you. I want to encourage you today, this morning, as a leader, your success is really measured by your ability to actually take the people where they need to go. But you can do that only if the people first buy into you. If they can't buy into you, then it's very hard to lead them up the hill to victory. And so this morning, I want to make sure that you understand that as you develop, you must bring the attitude, the correct attitude to the mix, because your attitude will affect your altitude in developing and bringing people to where you want them to go. I've said it over and over. I'll say it again. You in yourself cannot achieve the vision and the dream that you have. You're going to need buy-in. You're going to need support along the way. But you must have the right mindset and the attitude that is going to be positive, that will bring people along. And so when people believe in you as the leader and they believe in the vision, they will follow you no matter how bad the conditions get or how much the odds are stacked against them. You could be in a situation that appears to be not useful or not being successful, or what's the use of trying? But that leader can make all of the difference, because when he or she stands before you and says, "We can do this, team," you are first going to determine, do you have confidence in the leader themselves before you buy into the fact of the words that they said, "We can do this." Before you can even begin to operate and to move along that direction, you're going to have to buy into the leader. Because if the leader has a poor track record, then all they have merely is words. But when you can look back and say, when they said it before, they did it. When they explained it the last time, it made sense. And that will make all of the difference, because people, they're not going to follow just merely words. They're going to follow the history of your leadership. They're going to follow what you've done in the past that will give them reason of how you will lead in the future. And sometimes, even in tough situations, you may be thinking with your mind that it's impossible to achieve that objective. But that leader stands in front and has a genuine respect for each and every one, not leaving anyone behind, but bringing all inclusive to work through the situation to get to the end results. So people want to go along with people they get along with. And it starts with respect. It starts with you and me as leaders. It starts with the fact that you believe that you can achieve, and that rubs off. It's like it's an air about a person that they see. Followers see that this person is confident, not necessarily arrogant, but confident, and has a plan. People that don't have a plan, folks are not going to follow. But when you have a plan and you have the right attitude and the mindset, then people will follow. Number 2 I want to talk about is leaders. They find the dream and then the people. The people find the leader and then the dream. Let me say that again. The leader finds the dream, then the people. And the people find the leader, then the dream. Do you have a vision for your leadership? What are you trying to accomplish? That's the question here on today. Without a vision, it's very hard to carry out the plans and to achieve the objectives. You must have something tangible that you can put your arms around, that you can see, that you can show and tell and bring people along with you, because you've got to believe it first. And then when you're able to share it, it makes all the difference. I talk to some of my people who go out for promotional opportunities, and I talk to them as they prepare to interview and share the experiences that they have experienced and the achievements that they've made. And I said, the key to winning is to have the passion, and that it doesn't come across in the interview as though this is some script or this is some you just put together and it sounded good and all of the words made sense, but what it lacked was the passion and the inspiration. That's so important in winning when it comes to articulating a vision, is that you have something behind it that makes others see it too and believe it, because they're first going to buy into you and then they will buy into the dream. So what is the level of buy-in for the people you lead? You have to ask yourself that question. And how can you earn the credibility with these individuals on your team? I want to share with you 5 characteristics of how you can earn the credibility with people on your team or in your community where you work and where you live. Because I've been saying people want to go along with people that they get along. And so, number 1, by developing a good relationship with them. You've got to be able to reach people where they are and to compliment them and pull them up and bring them together in a way that shows that you care. And that is so important. You earn the credibility by showing that you care. Number 2, being honest and authentic and developing trust. That is so important. It's one thing to make a mistake and then to come back and say, I'm sorry. It's another thing to make continuous mistakes and never even acknowledge them. You will lose credibility with those that you seek to have to follow you to reach your goal. Developing trust is to be a person of your word and to be able to do what you say and to follow up with people. It is so important. Number 3, by holding yourself to high standards and setting the good example. It begins with you. It begins with me as leaders holding ourselves to a high standard and setting the good example, because followers are going to mimic a good leader. They're going to act, they're going to do, they're going to copy those things that you are able to lead, the good things, hopefully, and not the bad examples. Number 4, by giving them the tools to do their job better. How can you earn credibility with individuals? Give them the tools. In other words, how can you be more effective in helping them be better at what they do? And so when people have the tools to do the job, then that gives them the extra incentive to get the job done in the right way. And then by helping them to achieve their personal goals. You can't be selfish. You cannot just think about yourself and reaching your goal and leaving others behind. The key here is to be able to help folks to achieve their personal goals. So how can you earn the credibility? 1, developing good relationships. 2, being honest and authentic. 3, holding yourself to a higher standard. And 4, by giving them the tools to do their jobs better. And then 5, by helping them to achieve their personal goals. These are attributes that are going to give you the ability to earn credibility with those whom you serve. And so I like to close with this statement here. If you make it your primary goal to add value to all that you encounter, your credibility factor will rise rapidly. While not everyone will get on board with change or catch up, many will if you will be willing to help them. Remember, the people are why you do what you do as a leader. The people are why you do what you do as a leader. And you've heard folks say this, and I'll say it again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. We've been talking about people want to get to go along with people that they get along with. And you have the ability to increase your area of influence by getting along with people and providing value to those that you encounter. You've been listening to Dr. Charles, the Red Line Corporate Success Call. I trust that these things that I've said today has helped you and will start you on a successful week. God bless, and we'll be talking on the next Monday on the Red Line.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about the Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.